welcome to another Toomey Show. I'm with someone doing another Q&A interview session with Dan Hess. Dan, welcome. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Okay, first start off, tell me where you're from.
I'm originally from Utah. I live in Florida now.
But he is actually leaving Florida, sadly. Sad, but yeah. Explain what you did, or tell us what you did as you were a kid. What did you do after school and on weekends and so forth?
Played a lot of sports.
Okay.
I was a smaller kid, so I didn't excel in sports, but I liked them. Just hung out with friends, jumped on a trampoline, got into trouble. That was a pretty normal
What kind of trouble do I want to know?
No.
Okay. And were you bullied, or did you witness anyone being bullied, and did you help, or what happened as a result?
Yes, I was bullied by
If you can understand.
one kid in 4th grade, I think. He pushed me a lot, and he would always ask me if I wanted to fight him, and I'd always say no. And luckily, he never actually hit me.
Let's be a lesson. Fighting doesn't solve anything. Never have. Never will. Okay, so basically that. Okay. Okay, explain how the world of popularity, pop culture, public media, social media, culture has impacted your life, both past and present, and explain, elaborate.
Well, I mean, every day now I see something on Facebook or Twitter that I wouldn't have seen 10 years ago. Every day you hear about things people do that are stupid that you wouldn't have heard about. And, you know, it impacts me greatly now to have everything just at my fingertips, instantaneous.
Okay. And as far as that's concerned, what do you think, actually backing up, what do you think that, as far as that's concerned, like things in the public eye, like things that we see, like famous places, famous things, or famous people of some kind, what do you think about them? Do you think that we're looking at things the wrong way? Do you think that we should be looking at them? What do you think about that?
Oh, I absolutely think we look at things the wrong way, because we can only look the way media makes us look. We can't get any perspective on any story that we want. We just have to get the perspective we're given.
And what do you think in that respect? Do you think as far as culture, films, music, sports, internet, so forth, television included, what do you think should be corrected?
Well, I think the media is getting a little immoral. I think the anything goes concept is detrimental to society, even from a non-religious standpoint, as we've seen an increase in violence and racism and just hatred and anger perpetuated throughout the country.
Would you say harassment in any way, or what about
Absolutely.
judgment?
Abuse against women, abuse against children, all perpetuated and assisted by media.
And I definitely agree with that. And in what ways?
Well, take the pornography industry. It's an opportunity for men to view women as objects, and then they go home to their wives and view their wives as the same object.
Okay. And that brings me to my next question. Exactly what did you do here in Florida, and what have you done? Because that's something that also in a way influenced me in a way. So.
Well, I'm in the media field myself, and I want to work on content that reverses that actually fights back against it.
Indefinitely. What would you give to someone who is getting into that field? What advice would you give them?
Try and be wholesome. Try and focus on making media and entertainment that's good and not full of violence and sex and drugs.
is your overall goals in life?
Well, I'd like to be able to film some of my own movies that influence people and change lives.
I did see several of them, and they are very funny. They did a couple with our friends, some of which you'll be seeing later on. You just did, what's that song that you did? You know the rules and so go on.
Never Gonna Give You Up?
Yes. They just did that, and it's very funny. I don't want to show it, but it's something very funny, actually, just with my friends. What kind of world do you think we live in?
We live in a pretty corrupt world, unfortunately, but a good world. I'm glad I'm part of it.
In what ways?
Mostly friends and family. My standard answer. Friends and family.
And why do you think we are fascinated by talents and entertainment? Because
number one, that's what the media tells us to be fascinated by. But number two, we're pretty amazing. And when someone has an amazing talent, we want to hear it or see it or experience it.
But why do we want to see it?
Well, I'm sure it's interacting with some hormone in our brain that wants to feel that exhilaration, that adrenaline. When you hear a good song or see a good movie, you go, yeah! Woo! Anything you like to say about me? Anything like that? Woo!
Okay, besides that.
A good man here. I'm gonna miss him. He's gonna have to come visit me in Utah.
We'll see about that. I don't know. Possibly, you never know. And that's the greatest thing, because we don't know about the future, because the future is unpredictable. One thing that we can't do is we cannot change the past, and one thing that we can't do as well is predict the future. Some people believe they can, but that's just how it goes. That's what kind of world we live in, and I don't understand that. How has video games and television impacted you?
Greatly. I've watched too much television, as we all have.
Yes, and you play too many video games.
Television affects the way we think, the way we interact with others.
That's my point. That's my point right there. In what ways?
It changes the way you treat women. It changes the way you treat your siblings or your parents.
Or anyone, right?
Anybody.
Agree with that. Okay. And every week we would always play Smash Brothers or something like that. And I'll show you a little bit of someone playing that. And I don't understand how to play that game that well, because I'm more used to the original, like Nintendo, or a little bit of Wii, or a little bit of Sega, but I digress. What makes you have a positive life?
Positive life?
Yes.
Being surrounded by friends and family, mostly.
In what ways?
Feeling loved, feeling connected, and feeling included.
Okay. And if there would be a book written about you, what would it be about?
Ooh. Not pirates. Probably be about cancer, and it would be about striving to be better.
Can we elaborate on cancer?
I'm a cancer survivor of 18 years now.
Yeah, and tell us what kind of cancer did you have? How did it affect you and all
I
that?
had osteosarcoma. It's affected me greatly physically. I've had a lot of problems because of it, but I survived.
I've witnessed.
He's a witness.
Okay. And then finally, how would you like to be remembered?
I'd like my children to think I was a good father, and I'd like people to remember me as someone that was nice to them and made them laugh.
Okay. Well, thank you, Dan, for being here. That's all the time that we have. Dan, I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss him a lot.
Toomey's World. Watch it.
Until we meet again, John Toomey saying, you are you, I am me. Together we can make a difference. Don't forget to subscribe, like, whatever. Bye.
Peace.